All right, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Mofo on the Fly. Today we're going to be tying up a little foam caddis for my upcoming trip. I figured I'd put a Paragon or something under it. I'm using some 3 mil black hairline foam. It's the first time I've used hairline's foam. I can't imagine it's all that different from anything else I've ever used. I'll start off by tying in my ribbing material. This is just some bright yellow sewing thread, actually. I think it works great for making ribs and stuff. It's plus it's cheap. It's really cheap. It's like $1 for a whole roll of it, and it'll take me my whole life to plow through this whole roll making ribbing. Get that tag in trimmed off there. I'm using a mix of a coarse hairline peacock ice dub and some black ice dub for my body, just because I think it looks good in the water. And we're gonna build up our body pretty fat. It is a cicada, and all them are big ass bugs, especially this time of year. They're about as big as they're gonna get. We're right at the end of the cicada season where I'm at, which kind of sucks because I really like fishing these big dries, but hey, there's always next season, right? I really take the time to card out this hairline ice dub, the peacock ice dub, because it's really coarse and it comes these super long strands, and if you card it out and tear it real good, it makes it look awfully buggy, as mainly flies would say. Get the rest of this body dubbed up. Now you don't got to make them as big as I do. This is a 2X curved long shank hook, and this is what I use for this pattern, but I also want to make mine extra big. Let's wrap our ribbing through there. It gives it a little bit of sectioning, and mostly just for durability. I don't think that the fish really care if it's sectioned or not, especially not in my area. I'm fishing big old fat stocked rainbow, so not near as smart. Now if you're fishing with a brown, it might make a difference, but we don't have any of those in my area, so no worries there. Now I already cut this out. Just cut out a rough round shape, and you want it to be about just ever so slightly longer than your hook. Lost a little bit of thread there, hold on. Just a little bit longer than your hook. Now normally I put some super glue down on the hook right here to keep it from spinning later on in the tie, but fresh out of super glue at the moment. Now I get me a little bite up here. I'm gonna tie out a good section. We're gonna need that later to tie in our wing. All right, get that laid out flat like that. I forgot my poly yarn. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. Forgot a step. I always seem to do that, especially when I'm filming. There we go. I use a good chunk of poly yarn for the wing. I'll show you how I do that here in just a second. Let me get that cut out. And I like to throw some flash underneath the wing. I'll use 3 or 4 strands of just some black crystal flash to make up that flashy part. I don't know if it's for the fish or for me, but I like it either way. So we're gonna go ahead and tie it in. Of course, there's a lot of different ways you can do this to match the hatch, as people like to say in your area. Anyway, I don't tie in a lot of flash, just a little. Cut it about as long, just slightly longer than the body, actually. We take our poly yarn, tie that in right on top of that flash. Again, get it about as long as the body. I'm using 2 pieces. Very nice. All right, again, let's see what I got here. I got me tie my legs in first. I'm using just some orange rubber legs. I mean, you can use whatever color you want. I double them over like this and make a loop And then I'll pinch those to the side of the fly. See if I can't get those even. It's not being an idiot. Catch those in right there. Get those back ones lined up. I just want to be a little bit longer in the body. They'll stick out no matter which way you put them in there. There we go, just like that. I'm going to take some black hare's ear dubbing for the front. I'm going to wrap that in between our legs. It'll help give them a little bit of direction. We'll use quite a bit here. You don't really need that much. I just like a bulky body. And that hare's ear tends to do it. It floats really well too. I put a loon gel floatant on it. I forget the exact name of it, but it soaks into this hare's ear dubbing and it makes them float amazing. Put a little between the legs, pull them back, and then we'll get a couple of wraps in front. Now I normally measure these out after I put the head on it, so we're going to fold this over in this section here. I'm going to catch that right there. Now I leave plenty of shank in the front. Not everybody does that, but it seems like it makes it easier to tie on. I don't have to go looking for that, so it gives me room to do my whip finish. I'll throw a little orange on the front. For some reason, these Illinois stalkers love that orange. I've had a couple hit my my stick-on indicators while I was fishing instead of catching my dropper that was under the indicator. Explain that. All right. Get this up here a ways. Cut these just in front of the eye. They ought to spread out pretty well. I'll cut these about as long as the body, I guess. At least make them even. I always have trouble with the rubber legs. We'll invert our fly. Show you that underbelly and the sectioning. Sorry, that leg's caught up. There you go. Those are a little wonky. But hey, stalkers don't care, right? I'm going to take a little bit of Solarez Bone Dry and paint over all these thread wraps here. And now I don't know if I can put enough resin on this to make the bottom even more heavy, but I always thought that it helped them sit better. Maybe I'm wrong, hey, who knows? Cure that up with our UV light. And you can really see how that orange, those legs glow in the sun with this UV light. So it makes for a great attractor in my opinion. Now most people cut this top part off. I leave it on because it helps spread my wings out a little. Anyway, there you go. That's my version of a foam cicada. Thanks for watching.